Teen Time.
On Radio 3. Teen Time with Alyson Howe.
After all this wait, it's finally here. Ylvis Backstage.
What does the fox say?
First of all, talking about the video, they weren't wearing a fox costume.
It's actually not fox costumes. I'm wearing a bear costume. He's wearing a squirrel costume.
Yeah.
Because they were out of fox costumes.
And apparently their kids are not that much of a fan.
Our kids won't sing it because they're, or at least my kids, because they're just embarrassed. They just think that, oh, daddy.
And yes, we did play them the Hong Kong version. What do they think?
That was her?
Yeah. Find out all the details about Ylvis Backstage this week, all week on Radio 3.
Hi, we're Ylvis.
And you're listening to
RTHK. Stay tuned to Alyson Howe.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys?
I'm fine, and you?
Very good. Are we good to go?
I don't know.
It's very nice having you guys in Hong Kong this time, so welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm just wondering, because before with all your songs, it's usually with a humorous twist to it. Everybody remembers your song with What the Fox Said, obviously. And it was during the time when Gangnam Style hit in Hong Kong, which is one of the bigger impacts to the whole Hong Kong community. That's why we remember it. What do you think the it factor was for your songs to also be a hit all around the world, especially in Asia as well?
We have no idea. We're trying to figure it out, so...
If we knew that, we would be very rich and we would be making songs all the time.
But I don't know. We hit something, and maybe it's the fact that it's, you know, this song was actually made to be an anti-hit. It was not supposed to be a hit.
For your show?
For a show. So it was supposed to be funny that we tried to make a hit but didn't make it. So maybe that's what people are sensing, is that it's not an actual attempt to make a hit. It's just, it's also fun.
It's also like the contrast between the production value of the video, which is pretty high. We've tried to make it as good as possible, and still it's a very stupid song. So it's that kind of contrast.
Is it true that when you're first screening the video in front of the office, people and nobody laughed?
Yeah, it was like...
we had a screening with about 10 people.
Yeah, it was...
And it was just dead quiet.
Yeah. It was when they saw the fox do like this, it was like...
That was it?
That was it, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we did the next song we did, which is called The Cabin. It's a very Norwegian-ish song. But then we had like laughing all the time, you know. But on the Fox it was like people didn't understand, or they were afraid of, I don't know.
How long did it take for you guys to make that video?
The actual video?
2 days, two and a half days.
2 days and a half of shooting, and then of course a few days of editing.
Yeah.
And
we have a really good editor and producer of the video. He's there.
The man right behind you. Hello! What was the best part for you guys personally while making that video? Was it the costume, or just the atmosphere, or getting wired up, the dance?
It was everything. It was like being in the middle of the night in a forest in Norway wearing fox costume. It's actually not fox costumes. I'm wearing a bear costume. He's wearing a squirrel costume.
Yeah.
Because they were out of fox costumes.
We had a costume designer, and he made the hats and the masks and everything, and he was also supposed to make like costumes for us, like suits. And he did something with I think he used some spray paint on a kind of latex or plastic material, so they just reacted like chemically. So during the night before the shot, it was just he called us and oh, I'm sorry, it's just melting. It's just yeah, it's complete meltdown. And we had to rush out to the Film Institute to get a squirrel and a bear. And when we saw it, we thought, this is funny.
I think for me the funniest moment was when I looked over at the grandpa with the kid in the forest there, because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and this kid, he was trying to be awake.
Yeah, he was 5 years old.
He was 5 years old. He fell asleep.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and the grandpa was like shaking him and screaming fox noises at him. That's really funny. Sorry?
To have a kid filming at 2 a.m.
But he's notorious, you know. He's always treating him really, really bad.
Yeah, it's funny though.
Yeah,
that's the most important.
So for the Norway music scene, we always knew that AHA. So two guys we born in '79 and then the other is '82. Just touch the AHA fever. So how do you feel AHA music?
We love AHA music.
Yeah.
And obviously AHA is very big in Norway, and we love their songs. And just even to be like, I don't think we're compared to them, but we're mentioned in the same sentence. We think that's really funny and nice. But AHA is still very big in Norway, and
we just actually met Morten Harket from
the lead singer.
Yeah, the lead singer. We never met him before, but we met him in a gas station.
Oh.
Yeah, like a couple of months ago. So, and he just turned to us and he said, "So here you are, girls," he said.
And I'm very curious about your childhood. What's the biggest memory of your childhood? And in your teenage, do you still remember the childhood in Africa?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
we grew up partly in Africa.
We were there for almost 4.5 years. So that's a big part of our childhood, of course. Although people always ask us how did that shape you? In what way did that affect you? And it's kind of difficult to answer because we don't know the alternative. So, but I really recommend that.
We had like a really typical Norwegian. Grew up in the forest and.
Yeah.
And everything. We got to do a lot of music. Our parents were very good at giving us musical instruments to play with, and we had a lot of fun doing, playing in bands and stuff like that.
And they were really supportive. They drove us around and gave us lift to wherever we wanted to go and rehearse and do things. So I think that's important. They really stimulated us.
When you guys were based on the song about the fox, a publication just creates a children's book about based on this song. So do you involve this project?
Yeah, it's our project. Yeah.
Yeah, we just released a book, and it's not just a spin-off product from the video. It's a book that we started before the video was uploaded on YouTube, because when we worked with the song, we realized that it's kind of a nice story to make into a children's book. The sentence "What does the fox say?" is actually quite interesting when you work with kids. And we contacted the best illustrator in Norway. He's really good, and he started making illustrations. And the book just came out in Norway. I think I don't know when it's out in the rest of the world, but it's really nice little book.
And but that too, I mean, everything we do is about comedy, so it also started as sort of a comic project, because we figured out that when our plan was that this project was supposed to be like a flop, a big missed project, then we thought it would be fun to have a song that tanked but still had like merchandise that was really good, so a children's book for a song that was really crap.
What is your comedy facts come from? Was your inspiration like you produce as a What Does the Fox Say and Someone Like Me? So different, every song is so different, so what those inspiration come from?
I think it's like when we get together in the office and we meet, we just start saying what do we want to do next, and it's not based on comedy stuff. It's based on things we have seen. For instance, if we have seen like Someone Like Me, maybe that was not too long after we had seen like Sweeney Todd or some musical.
Most of the stuff we make is a result of just us two and one more guy, a guy called Christian Luxter. We just sit down at the office, we just start talking about what we have done and things we've seen on the internet and things like that. So just start talking without saying we today we're gonna make this and today we're gonna make this. It's just talking, and then suddenly someone says something and it triggers the other one and says, wouldn't it be fun to make like a dubstep musical mix-up, and then yeah, let's do it.
Interesting. And I'm wondering about your US trip. So you guys have a big success in US. So what do you think about this?
Well, it's
really strange because we have a talk show back in Norway, which is a comedy talk show, and 2 years ago we had a big series called Big in Kyrgyzstan, where we tried to become pop stars in Kyrgyzstan because we thought it would be too hard to do that in the States, and so we made like a spoof that we were going there to become big stars, and all of a sudden we got, now a few months ago we got invited to all these big shows in the US, and it just shows how quickly that coin can just be flipped, because it was so unintentional, never planned for any of this to happen, and all of a sudden you hit something that makes people pick up the phone and invite you over. So it has of course been really interesting, both from like career-wise, but also from a comedian perspective, just to see the contrast, because we never ever like dreamt for this to happen. It just did.
Just happened.
yeah.
So far, whose call has been the most impressive?
I don't know, but we got to do Jimmy Fallon's show in New York, and obviously since we are like comedy based, that's a huge thing, and they all took us very seriously. We got to work with them, and we really got to like shape the performance the way we wanted to, and they were super enthusiastic, and it was
But it's kind of the same way here actually, because the way we have been accepted now here at the Mama is really good. We had a 3-hour rehearsal yesterday, and they're really serious about it, and they treat us very good. So I think this also is like
this is huge. This
is a huge thing for us.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
And to us, it's the most important is that people get together to work on like a great end result. It's not so much about how much catering you get or how nice room you have in the hotel. That's also nice, but the most important part is that people actually do care how the end result of the performance is going to be. So, and here at the Mamas, they're also really hardworking, and I think it's going to be very fun.
You can see the difference between people that invite you just because you guys you're kind of famous now and you have a lot of YouTube hits. You can come and you can do whatever. It's just if we can say that you are coming, that's so cool for us. Yeah. That's one thing, but the other thing is when we're going to do something, we're going to make something fun. This is that's what we're going to do, and that's what we like.
So writing on Kyrgyzstan, so why would you choose that particular country? Was it just a random choice?
It was kind of random.
Yeah, it was pretty random.
But we had to find out, we had to find a place that was not too unstable, and
it had to be far away, but it had to be safe, and it had to be like diverse in some way. You have and Kyrgyzstan is like really beautiful, and you have the mountains, you have the city, and you can easily you can do a multitude of the stuff there.
And we also wanted a place that was kind of off the road a little bit. But people don't know very much about Kyrgyzstan, so that's a little bit why we chose it.
But we turned out to love Kyrgyzstan. It's really nice.
So you guys consider yourself as more of a comedian or more of a musician?
Comedian, definitely.
Comedians, yeah. I think it's like in the beginning of the career, it's like the Matrix, where you have to choose between the red pill or the blue pill. Yeah. It's like if you go down the comedy road, you can't cross over, you can't go back, because then you feed off the ones that choose the red pill. You're making comedy based on popular culture. So if you then are just all of a sudden gonna jump over, it will seem strange. So we have chosen the blue pill, and we're happy with it.
Happy with the blue pill.
Yeah.
But how do you guys actually feel about all the different identities that you have? You know, as you mentioned before, you grew up with a family who's really passionate about music. You guys are trained in vocals, guitars, acrobatics, and you're a TV show host. Like, and now you're being asked questions by us, which usually are the stuff that you guys do.
Yeah.
Like, how does that actually influence, you know, your self-identity? What do you feel about, you know, I come out and I'm like, I'm a comedian, but then I'm getting all these questions asked, and I make music, and I have all these hits on YouTube, and I'm going to the States and doing this thing that I'm completely unexpected to do. You know, how does that actually feel on your personal life?
That's, well, it's a good question. And we will probably end up quite messed up. But
I think every time we make a new show, we've been doing stage show. That's what we started doing, like performing stage shows and tour in Norway and stuff. And every time we made a new show, the only thing that was really important for us was to challenge ourselves, you know, to start doing something new. I mean, the acrobatics that he did, we never did that before. So it was just something, we want to do that. Is that possible? Hire a trainer, you know, to get those things. So
is that possible? No. Okay.
Let's do it anyway. So that's. I think that's something that sort of drives us.
Yeah, because it's actually the other way around a little bit. Because it was stranger for us to suddenly be hosts of a talk show and have guests instead of performing ourselves.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of stranger. Now we're more back into our turf, which is like. Because we are performers, that's what we have been doing. So the context has changed a bit, but it's still
a bit.
You know, even though we get invited to do these big things at the Mamas, for instance, it's still comedy based. You know, it's a comedy act, and so we're still good.
What some people don't quite realize is that when you're doing a comedian package, it's so serious in a way that if you want to do it well, you got to be taken seriously. And how do you gain your reputation to be taken seriously?
I don't know. We just I think we cherish that, as I mentioned earlier, the contrast between sort of the content and how it is, how you perform it. You have to like really make an effort to do it as good as you can. When it comes to videos, when it comes to stage performances and everything. So for us it's always really important that the result is as good as it can be.
I think we really enjoy walking on that narrow path because it's really hard to, it can tip anyway. When you do a song like The Fox, it can very easily be misinterpreted as just an attempt to make something serious. But we really like, and that not just the two of us, but all of us, like including making the video, like walking where it's really kind of,
it can be you're on the edge, right? And you can go to the serious side, or you can go on the funny side, or you can be safe on the one side, and then you can be really it can be too much on the other side. But if you're too far down the safe side, it becomes uninteresting and just generic.
You know, at any
so
point,
you have to be like really on the edge. Yeah,
at any point you can just stick your finger up your nose and everyone will understand this is comedy, but then it won't be as fun, so you have to.
I don't know. It's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
What about, because you guys sounded so sort of spontaneous for the conversation we just started to have until now, but then are there any scenarios, let's say like the Fox video, is there some sort of like serious message behind it? Maybe raising awareness for, I don't know, the environment over there in Norway?
I'm sorry, but there's no. There's absolutely nothing.
I saw an article now on a conspiracy theory that it has some, if you know the old Illuminati thing, which is what is that? It's some kind of an old order, mystique order of and it was.
They tried to put it in the context, but
they always do. I mean, I'm sure Gangnam's.
No, but you can. it's tempting when you ask such a question to try to find something and to seem smart, but it's absolutely rubbish.
There's educational value in there.
Yeah.
You've got the children's book coming out.
Sure.
We actually before this, when we started the book project, like before that was started before we put it out on YouTube. Then we had plans for the book to maybe have another storyline that was more like that could be interpreted as a sort of anti-fur thing, because it was about the grown-ups of the world wanting to know what sound the fox made, and they trapped all the foxes in cages, and then a little kid would open the cage and release him. So he actually told what sound it made to this little kid. And that could have been like, we could have said that was anti-fur.
And be very noble.
Yeah, very noble.
Very boring.
Very, very boring.
Yeah.
So, but we can say we are anti-fur anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Do you have like foxes in Asia? No one
wants to answer.
It was funny because in Norway, like, the fox is really mysterious.
Right.
It's not really mysterious, but you very rarely see it. It's like I've seen it maybe 5 times in my life, just popping out of the wood and then disappearing again. But in England, we were just in London. In England, like, foxes is really a big problem. They have, I think there were 20,000 foxes in downtown London.
And they go to people's backyards, right?
Yeah, it's urban foxes. It's a really big problem. We didn't know this.
People hate them.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Somehow, they try to like cull them.
Yeah, I think so. It's like a vermin. They have to try and shoot them. Yeah.
But then how did you choose the rest of the animals to fit in your song? Are there just like random?
We wanted the sounds to be as stupid as possible. Yeah. So like the seal, for example, the ow 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 is.
Okay. But also we wanted them to be very basic. So in order to make the contrast bigger, there's nothing smart about saying dog goes woof. It's just like really stupid. But if you say it very pretentiously and you film it so that it has high production value,
lens.
That's the contrast that we're looking for.
Yeah.
So if you were going into walrus says this, and then it would become more obscure. That's the theory.
Yeah.
I like the music video about the Massachusetts.
Thank you.
You really visit many places in America, including the Nelson Mandela's house. Why choose these names? There are many big names.
That's a too good question. Yeah. Because we don't know the answer for it really.
It's like going to a party and you sit there with your friends and you say, wouldn't it be fun to, and then you say something and then you actually do the stuff that you say, wouldn't it be fun to? So that's what we do. The Massachusetts song is all about like us doing exactly what we want to do, trying to put in some sort of system. So there is like a red.
But the reason why we put it in the Nelson Mandela thing is sort of just to. It's kind of a joke with misunderstanding. It's just misunderstanding the whole thing. Like
we want to say that Massachusetts like it has everything. It has like multicultural. It has beautiful buildings. It has everything that you want to. And we just pretend that we think that Nelson Mandela was born there, which he wasn't, obviously.
Oh, is he not?
No. He's actually from Africa.
Yeah.
You say most of your songs are silly, but that song, Jan Eagerland.
What?
Jan
Eagerland, yeah.
That song is quite political in a way. So are you trying to say something about your...
Sorry again. That again is like, Jan Egeland, he's a guy in Norway that everyone has heard of, but not everyone knows what he's doing and
that was actually a bit double because with Jan Egeland we wanted to like choose a hero that wasn't that kids weren't aware of, and gave him this like really superhero status with a rock anthem song.
Yeah.
So there's something in there which is actually
but if you dig deep enough, there's nothing heroic about our thing there.
No.
It's purely egoistic. We just made it for ourselves, not for him.
No, it was just to benefit the idea. Really.
But he liked it, so
we're all good.
Yep, we're all good. He told us that they played it in the United States in the what's it called, the Security Council. They played it there for the whole community there, and it was pretty funny, I think.
You made a song called Pressure. In what situation you feel under pressure and how to deal with it?
I don't remember why we made that song.
No, but it's like two different questions. But if you're just talking about pressure for us on a daily basis, is I guess it's the pressure to perform according to our own and other standards. But that's like a pressure that we enjoy.
Yeah.
We enjoy being like pushed to the limits too.
Oh, we need it too.
And we need it as well. Without the pressure, we don't do anything. Then we're just
gaming.
Yeah, it's playing games and sleeping. So yeah, if that answers your question.
Have you guys thought about sort of moving out of Norway to, I don't know, the US maybe? To sort of appeal to a wider audience in the future?
We don't want to make too big changes now, because we had one song that became a hit somehow. We have no idea how that happened, and we don't think it will ever happen again. We have other stuff that we have made before, and they now benefit from this. But our goal is to keep doing like these comedy videos, because it's what we enjoy the most. But we don't think that too much has really changed, although it has. But it you know. So, and we have our families back in Norway, and we will still, you know, keep on.
We will still have them.
Yeah, we'll keep our families for now.
But
see what happens. You know,
if we get new families, I mean, yeah, you have to see what happens. But we don't really. Actually, we didn't have too much time to sort of find out what can happen as a result of this Fox thing, because we have made we had our last show a week ago, so we've been too busy just planning that show. It takes a lot of time, even if you don't have a Fox thing going on at the same time. So we haven't really had the time to sit down and think, okay, this is our opportunities now, and this is what we want to do, and let's do that. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're coming to Hong Kong. Maybe it's a nice place to live. Or is it?
It is.
Yeah. It's very nice here.
Yeah, we really like it.
Yeah, we really honestly like it, because the other places where we travel, you know, it's like when you, for example, you come to LA, and it's like it's a big city, you know, with no references, and you just travel by car for half an hour and you don't see anything different. You come here, it's like our hometown in the west coast of Norway, Bergen. It's if you divide the population by 100, I guess, and scale down the houses by 100 as well. So, but you still have the mountains, you know. That's really nice. It's cozy.
We were talking about family earlier. Now I know that some parents are quite thankful that the Fox came out, because it really stopped their kids from twerking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Twerking.
But then again, some people really hate that the Fox came out. It has a tendency to stick to like small kids' minds. Yeah. So I have gotten some emails from parents that are
they come
furious and sick of the song.
They come on the street and they say, "Oh, it's a nice song, but please."
We've got listeners who just told me that she's got a 9-year-old girl, and every single day she would at least have to sing the Fox once.
Wow. That's
a good thing.
Yeah.
We see it as a good thing.
Yeah.
No, it's really absurd. No, our kids won't sing it because or at least my kids, because they're just embarrassed. They just think that, oh, daddy.
So, but would you think of maybe invite your kids to involve in some of your music videos?
I just like my parents did. I want to give my kids as normal upbringing as possible, and I don't think showbiz should be imposed on your kids too early. It's a really strange place to be. And
it was the same thing with when we started 13 years ago. We have a smaller brother. He's a younger brother. He is 10 years younger than me. So when we started, he was like 12. And there was always this question if we should sort of include him in the thing, but we all sort of agreed that it was too early for him. I think that's a good thing, because if you get thrown into this business too fast, I think it's kind of dangerous.
I'm really glad I'm not 16 years old right now.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Have you guys thought of maybe trying other form of, I don't know, expression to sort of convey your humor? Because you guys have done talk show and you guys have done music. How about like say stand-up comedy and stuff like that?
Yeah,
we have done like a lot of stage shows, and in our stage shows we have done like a quite broad choice of, I don't know, formats to communicate our humor. We've done like acrobatics and we've done all sorts of stuff, but stand-up is something that we have never done.
We've done it like in small bits in our stage shows, but not as not as a complete thing. Maybe
and maybe that's because
5, 6, 7 minutes.
Yeah, in Norway there are a lot of stand-up comedians, so you try to find your window to stand out, I guess.
Yeah.
We've done one stand-up gig in Los Angeles. We did it as a comedy thing, and we filmed it. It was supposed to be for our talk show, but it was so embarrassing that we couldn't even use it for comedy. It was horrible.
Yeah. It was. We were supposed to go to LA anyway, on another mission, and then when going onto the plane, we got this mission from the guys back home. We booked stand-up stage for you tomorrow when you land, like directly after you land. Write your script on the plane and perform it tomorrow. It was just really horrible, and the plane ride was just, I didn't sleep 1 minute because I was just trying to be funny on the plane. It was just terrible.
So this time you guys came to Hong Kong for the Mama show.
Yeah.
So do you have any special performance or exclusive performance for the Mama show?
We do have some, but they're really secret about our gig, and we're not supposed to tell anyone. So they will probably kill some family members if we say anything. And we really love our family, so we should.
Some of them at least.
Some. So, but we will do something that hasn't been done before, and we will be collaborating with Korean artists.
What we can say is it's Fox related.
It's Fox related. Yeah.
So as a long life of the two brothers, so what the method of talking, chatting is every day you talking about the gigs or something like argue or jokes, something like that.
Like how we communicate?
Yeah.
Well, mostly we when we are together, and we're together a lot, but it's mostly work related. It's just that we work a lot. So whenever we're not working, we don't hang out together that much because we would get sick of each other, I guess.
We still do.
We still get sick of each other, but you know, We don't argue much. We never have. But it's.
That's because I'm always right.
I think it's a good thing that we are related, because then I can't fire him. Because
why?
No, because
I'm the boss.
No, but since it's family, you can't get rid of each other anyway. So you just have to learn to stand each other.
It's like a skin disease, you know. If you get a skin disease when you're 20 years old, it's really, really annoying. But if you're born with it, you just adapt.
You're used to it.
Yeah.
So we're each other's skin disease.
Have you ever heard about the Hong Kong netizen made a funny song version of the Fox?
No.
In Cantonese.
No. Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very funny.
It's just in the beginning that was, or it still is. That's the most rewarding thing about the whole thing.
all in Cantonese.
Just to,
That's
really
funny.
fun.
I wish I understood it. I love.
You know them, right?
What does he speak?
Yeah. What do they sing?
It's the same things. Or?
It's just the same lyrics.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
in
but
Chinese.
because we have
Cantonese.
a local famous food critic show, then the host is always laughing. And then,
And so this is Cantonese.
yes, in Cantonese, and then
Or Mandarin?
But this writing, is this like kanji or?
kanji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's Chinese character.
Kanji is
Yeah.
Japanese though.
Kanji is Japanese.
Kanji is Japanese.
Yeah.
No, kanji is what Japanese call
the Chinese.
the Chinese
Call the
style.
Chinese,
Yeah.
So you guys can explain a lot about Mei Jie.
Yeah, the TV host.
That's Meiji. Is that what it says here?
Yeah, Mei Jie.
Meiji.
Yeah. Sorry,
But this is when this whole
We will
thing
check it
started.
out.
When this whole thing started, like 2 months ago, that was the funniest thing about the whole thing. That suddenly you get things coming from all over the world. With like we had a marching band in Ohio on a big stadium, football stadium. Did the Fox? They were like 100 people, and there comes like a Malaysian version and then a Russian version and heavy metal versions, and everything comes in, and that's just so fun to watch.
So have you guys heard about Morgan Freeman's version?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
he seemed very enthusiastic when he did it. He's like,
And that's the song of the TV show host.
Because she's always loving.
So people are asking how Mei Jie laugh.
oh yeah.
Is it funny?
That was her?
It's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Bad Right.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.